Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 5. You've officially made it halfway through the term. Congratulations to you. Only 4 weeks left if you're on that countdown, which I'm pretty sure all of you are, but if not, I'm going to encourage you as we're getting close to the end of the course, end of a journey, a lot of different things. So, thanks for your discussion board post. I know it felt pretty repetitive to talk about ZBB and PPBS, but those are budgeting models that are out there. I'm going to say, as a lot of you hit it, the PPBS is one that's used quite often within schools, thinking of local control funding, the LCAP, thinking of other models. They all follow that typical model of needing a direct distribution of information. Uh, so thank you again for your discussion board post last week. You guys are always encouraging to each other as well, so thank you for that. So this week, getting into week 5, we're looking at site budgeting. So we've been taking this grand view and now narrowing it in, and we're right at that site. Becoming future administrators for your being assigned to a site, really having the understanding of the buck stops with me as an administrator, but knowing we need contribution from a lot of different people or directive from the district office as well. So we will be getting into the site budget this week. With that being said, an encouragement to always take time on the Christian message. Again, it's looking at Proverbs 27, 23 through 27, but really being accountable, thinking about this process and expectation of data and those things. Again, a connection to Christ. The video will go up at some point that you'll be able to link on it, and you're watching the video now, so congratulations. So the reading for this week, we're going to jump into chapters 9 and 10 of School Finance, a California Perspective. Chapter 9 is about site budgeting. Chapter 10 goes into the auditing process. All budgets have to go through an audit. Depends on if it is the district office that does that audit. Is it an outside organization? So you'll be reading that in chapter 9. We do audits for attendance, audits for finance, audits for state categorical funds, audits for federal category funds. There's a constant audit that's taking place. So being accountable. So the reminder here is keep your data and information as accurate as possible when you're spending. Sometimes in your purchase orders, when you're generating those to pull from your budget, there's a place that you can either put notes or justification, being as clear as possible to say this is how it was used, or following your district guideline on that. So again, that will help with the auditing purpose. The next thing that you're going to go into is looking at the San Diego Unified webpage on site-based budgeting. I need to compliment them. They, as a district, have a page that talks about how school budgeting at the site level is done, looking at what the allocation is for the schools, what categorical funds are. So it gives a descriptor, thinking of keeping your stakeholders informed. The district has done that for you, and you as an administrator could reference that page. So it's a great resource. The other reading or looking at is a CDE website on finance and grants, looking at, again, how information, what funding or principal apportionment, this is just a resource page for you. You can explore as much as you want. I would definitely look at the principal apportionment, local control funding formula, and then education budget to understand what they're spending it on, and then other components. You've looked at some of these pages already in the past few weeks, but this is another great landing page. The other piece to that is I want to have you look at going a little bit deeper into the education budget. This is the annual look at what's been allocated by the state of California that's been approved by our governor up until the 21-22 school year. Again, we're in process right now of the governor having to propose his budget for the 22-23 school year, and then going through negotiations between our legislator to finally get a budget approved by the end of June. So that way we'll then get the education budget that falls into place with that. But again, there's a lot that goes into it. So you can see the history that's done on this web page. We already know it's the state website, but it's this web page that you can gather more information, look at what was signed, priorities, look at the summary page here. Important pieces to really be versed in, to know, especially if you have a family member, community member who is reading the same information, you can have those conversations with them. And I know that sounds weird, but I will tell you, when I moved into my Red Hill Elementary School, I had parents who were well aware of what was being spent in education, and they felt like they were being taxed too much and needed to have those political conversations. And our legislator and governor, mm, it was opinion, but it was conversation. So it's good to be well versed into it. So that's the reading for this week. There is a learning module to continue to look at site budgeting challenges and opportunities, especially at a secondary level. I'll be honest, you have so many departments, and not all of them are funded the same way. Some will receive extra funds from maybe a grant, others will receive no funds, but you still need to provide for them. So, there's some challenges that come with that. I know I said secondary, but elementary, let me acknowledge you as well. You've got grade levels, and each grade level has a different need or demand of materials. And so you have to find a way to budget that on top of keeping a copier going, office supplies, all these elements that come in. So definitely a challenge. I'm not going to click on it, but the discussion board for this week has two different discussion boards. The first one is asking you to reflect on Chapter 9 about centralized and decentralized budgeting. So that's really going to have that district conversation for how a school site can plan their budget, looking at a centralized approach or a decentralized approach. I'm not going to give more information. You'll be reading on it and writing on it. I'll try and respond to some of you in the discussion board for the week, but that's the first discussion board. The second one actually ties into the assignment that's due this week, and it's your group project. So by this coming Thursday, you will need to have recorded your group project with your team members. And that Thursday night by 11:59 p.m., only one of the team members needs to post that recorded project up onto discussion board number 2 for the week. And then that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, everybody will need to go to 2 different presentations, not your own, but 2 different presentations, review them, and add comment or questions to the discussion board from there. So again, 2 discussion boards for the week. Planning ahead is always just some dates. We're hitting assignment number 4 and assignment number 5 will be due week 6, so April 24th. Just remember, there'll be a week off for a spring break, even if it's not yours directly. It's the Concordia spring break that falls into place after this week. So it won't be due until Sunday, April 24th. And then looking at assignment number 5 is our culminating project at the end of this course. So week 8, due by that Friday, the mock budget planning for the next school year. So again, thinking about assignment number 1, thinking about what you're reading this week, about school site budgets, it's just getting you ready for assignment number 5. With that, the last part that I just want to hit on for a brief moment is your assignment number 3, again, due this week. I already gave you the descriptor of the, it's a group project presentation. You've all been assigned groups. I've heard from almost every group. I'll be reaching out to the group that I haven't heard from, but you again will be working to present a roughly 10 to 15 minute presentation on your specific topic regarding school finance or school budget. And that will give, in essence, if you're needing a way to organize yourselves, if you and your team member or group project member have been going back and forth, you know the overview. What is it? Why is this an important issue? And what are the maybe 2 sides that are being presented in that? If you need more clarity than that, I would always just tell you to go down into our rubric and look at it. Again, the research-based discussion of the current budget related to the topic. How much money is being spent if you can find that? If you can't find the dollar amount, why is it a priority? Research-based evaluation of current governing laws, what laws come to play with it. Inclusion of CAPE categories. How does it apply to you as a future administrator, looking at these standards or expectations of us administrators? Where does this topic fit in? Why is it important for us to know? And then just looking at the presentation overall of your slides, legible, engaging, those components, and then how you delivered as a team together. Please remember, everybody should be speaking in this recording, not just one person. With that being said, that is week 5 in a nutshell. I am always here to answer any questions, emails, or texts. I hope that it's a great week and that God blesses you.